Actually, technically now it's on YouTube. Oh, I gotta record on GarageBand. Recording on GarageBand. Okay, it's working. And I'll hide that. And let me close that so I don't get any dings. Let me got that opened up. All right. Make sure that this is on. There we go. That's on mute. Okay. All right. I should be good to go now. I will play the music. Make sure my audio is up. There we go. Up. My computer is not playing. That is weird. Everything is going through the mixer except for the computer. What the hell? Let me switch it to the codec. There we go. Output. Input. There we go. Let's try that again. All right, there we go. Okay. And go.
Chatterbox.
The Chatterbox.
The Chatterbox. Get over here, Becca. Chatterbox.
The Chatterbox.
The Chatterbox.
Ooh, Chatterbox.
Hello.
Heyo.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
So glad to be back, Mike. Thanks.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to August.
It's August. Yay!
Was it August the last time we recorded, or was it July? I was going to say January.
It was July.
January would be a way different thing.
July 29th, to be exact.
Was it? Ooh.
I'm glad we're back. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I missed everyone.
Oh.
It's true.
There we go. Well, you had a nice live chat kind of thing Friday night, right?
We did. We had a hangout.
Is that what it's called?
fun.
Is that what the kids
Yeah.
are calling it?
That's right. It was quite fun. Yes,
The kids are calling it a hangout.
a hangout. There may have been drugs and alcohol involved. I'm not saying.
For somebody, I'm sure. I
Probably.
visually popped in for a moment.
You did. We saw you.
We had some fantastic pizza.
Nice. We saw Renee.
Yes, yes, they were enjoying some fantastic pizza at Capofito in Philadelphia.
That's nice.
It was delicious. We waved.
We saw you. Matt was with us. Matt, you were there,
Yes.
weren't you not?
I was.
Matt is here with us now.
I was gonna
Hello,
call, but I thought that would have been rude in the restaurant to hold a podcast or what a hangout, as the kids are calling it.
A hangout. That's right. Come on down. Hang out with us.
Did you do this on one of those newfangled applications?
We might have.
Yeah,
A hangout application,
a
perhaps.
hangout application.
Have you guys seen that new Yahoo one where it's like where you could like see the person's face but there's no sound?
No.
Hmm?
Yeah, there's like so I actually saw this quite a while ago via some unknown source.
Some person.
But it's what's it called? It's called crap, sorry. Yahoo Live Text.
Huh.
It's actually kind of a neat idea because you can like it's like a text, it's like a chatting application, but like you can like see the person while you're doing it.
That's interesting.
But you don't have to deal with like sound or anything because it's like kind of like you don't want to have to worry about like, oh, is my volume up or like, you know.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like see people's reactions as like you're talking to them and stuff.
Oh,
it's kind
cool.
of a neat idea.
Nice. I wonder when they'll be rolling that out.
No, I think it's
to
out.
play with.
I think it's out now. Actually, I was all together.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah,
It's kind of Snapchat-ish,
sort of.
but different.
Yeah, it's unique enough. I feel.
Yeah. There's enough room for so many different things, you know.
Yeah.
Because people have different needs for what they want to use it for, you know.
Right.
Most of them dirty.
Right.
Most
it's
of
gonna
them
it's gonna be the
yeah.
biggest porn platform in
silent porn.
silent porn.
It's a news. I could see that. That's big. That would be big in like Brooklyn and like Fishtown and places like that. That I could see that. Lots of handlebar mustaches and silent porn.
Yeah.
And growlers, beer growlers.
Growlers, yes, definitely. Growlers, handlebar mustaches, porn. Probably very hairy porn, though.
Ew.
Especially if we're in like certain parts of Brooklyn where
Oh God.
Oh, how we've devolved already. Yeah, our last show was when? It was July 29th. It was posted. We did it.
Oh, see, look at that. It was less than a month.
So that's August.
We did get this is a good accomplishment. It's been less than a month.
Yeah. And considering it's summer and there's absolutely goddamn nothing going on.
There's really nothing going on.
Yeah, we are in the midst of the dog days right now.
Yeah, I mean it's like phew.
There's no movies really.
No, this is definitely not movie time of year.
Mm-mm.
What about that big blockbuster Fantastic Four?
And Pixels.
And Pixels, yeah, Pixels and
fun.
Fantastic Four.
Yikes. Yikes.
Rob, I know you'll not be excited about this, but I think I'll be the only one who is excited about this. The extended editions of the Hobbits trilogy will be coming out in October, I believe.
Oh.
Into theaters, 3-day thing.
Into theaters.
Yes, so it'll actually be the first time the Five Armies extended edition will be played.
Wow.
Huh.
So,
Milk that
yeah.
cow, baby. Milk that cow.
I think it's cool to do those like in theaters, like a 1-day kind of thing, like an event, because there are people who like, whatever it may be, whether it's that or whatever. It makes it an event at least, as opposed to, releasing it again or whatever. Yeah, you make it a 1-day event. It's fun for everyone who likes it or whatever, and they can hang out together.
I mean, if they were to do like an extended version of, say, Once More with Feeling and put that in the theater, I may go to that.
True. That would actually be a good event type thing as well.
It would be fun.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a pretty fun event movie.
You'd think like Fathom or that company
Yep.
that does that would do something like that, because they do like riff tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're the ones. Yeah, Fathom. That's who's doing the. Because they do they do opera. They'll do all kinds of events. Really, I think it's a good way to diversify. The theater thing, like Doctor Who. Also,
Yeah.
aren't they doing the finale from last year in select theaters?
Maybe.
I think they're doing the 3D of the finale from last year in select theaters for this year. Which is weird a year later, but I believe that they are doing that. It's a little odd. It's a year late, but whatever. Yeah, is what it is.
I was gonna be that Sherlock Christmas special too.
Oh yeah.
Which I just started watching that finally.
Did you?
Finally.
Jeez.
Which Sherlock?
The Sherlock.
The Sherlock.
Not
Okay.
Element. Yeah.
Yeah.
So which season are you on?
I finished the first season.
Okay.
Yeah. And I knew I would love it, and I absolutely do.
Oh, Tim is here. Hello,
Good,
Tim.
good.
Oh, do you love it? That's good.
I do.
Tim is where?
Tim.
He said hi in the chat.
What? Oh, he must be getting ready to record some Survivor type thing.
The Bribe.
The Bribe.
Yeah, I like having the different types of things in theaters. It's especially in this time of year where there's not a whole hell of a lot out.
Yeah.
When you're after summer season and
before the Oscar.
Yeah, before the
stuff.
the like drama season comes out.
Yeah, because now it's just blah.
Yeah, horseshit. There's a bunch of horseshit out right
It's
now.
just time to catch up on stuff more than.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. Because we've been, we don't have a lot of choices in what we get to watch. So we're rewatching Once Upon a Time still. Because somebody is obsessed with it. It's not bad. I mean, it's passable. I hated it when it first came on, I will admit. I think because they constantly put Lost references in everything. But I've grown to like it. It's a passable, entertaining show. I will say that. Not some like Oscar-worthy stuff, but it's
Give it a
enjoyable
resounding
enough.
okay.
Yeah, it's fun. I'll say that. It's a fun ride, as the kids
Well,
say.
That's good, as the kids say. Thanks, Grandpa Mike.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a fun ride, right?
I certainly do. Whenever I can.
I
I
mean,
don't know
you
what
know.
that means.
Yeah. Everybody enjoys a fun ride now and again.
Yeah.
I think so. It's why I watch Scott Pilgrim over and over again.
You know, I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You realize how amazing it is when his pee meter starts to go down.
I read the whole series.
Right.
I've read the series. I just have never seen.
You gotta watch
the movie.
It's probably just about as good as you could have adapted that comic series.
Yeah, I've always heard it's really entertaining. I need to get on that. That's something I need to make sure I watch.
It's
Yeah,
good.
hard to believe that movie's 5 years old now.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Is it?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Scott Pilgrim too, and I've rewatched it probably more times than I probably should. But it's such a rewatchable, fun movie, and
There's
Yeah.
no shame in it, Matt. I'm right there with you. No shame at all.
It's one of those movies you could just pop on and just
Yeah.
you can watch it over and over again.
yeah, that's the thing with Edgar Wright movies. Like he puts so much effort into them, and they're just so kinetic and energetic and just fun. And plus, since Rob's here, we have to mention that at one point Scott Pilgrim plays the bass,
Mm-hmm.
and the girl has cool hair. You got to make sure address those things. 5 years later, never forget.
No,
Oh
never forget.
God.
Not 11. What?
Oh yeah, never forget that.
I've got another callback. I might be going to a Ren fair.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's perfect.
Wow.
You'll have to tell us all about it.
That. My only interaction with a Ren fair is running into people who were heading to a Ren fair in a Starbucks, which was kind of odd because I didn't know there was a Ren fair going on.
I mean,
Well,
you
that
have
would be
Ren,
a-
and you have Ren in your name, so
Yeah, well, that's why it's my it's honoring that tradition,
yeah.
my big family Renaissance fair tradition. You guys didn't know about.
All your shirts have puffy sleeves, don't they?
Yeah. Yes, I have all puffy shirts. That's all I wear. Funny enough, when I first, I don't know, maybe first couple times I talked to Josh, who obviously been on the show, he asked if the Ren stood for Renaissance Fair.
Well,
Why that would be
kind
the
of-
first thing to pop in your head? I'm not sure, but yeah.
well, it's kind of like our friend who LARPs, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh gosh. So do we have did we figure out if Moira Brown's birthday is coming up or not?
It is.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
We have discovered the truth behind that.
It is on the 31st.
Is it?
Happy birthday, Moira.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Dr. Moira
I
Brown.
had yeah.
Canadian medicine woman.
Yeah, Canadian.
Another callback.
That would be an amazing show. Why can't we have
Well,
that
there
show?
there was Michaela Quinn, medicine woman.
Michaela
Dr. Quinn,
Quinn.
medicine woman. Her name was Michaela Quinn, right?
Was that her name?
I never
Yes.
watched the show.
And I'm Michaela Lynn, and my husband's cousin's name was Anne, and she married a guy named Quinn, and they had a daughter named Michaela. They named her Michaela Quinn.
Is there a Sully in your house?
There is no Sully. I need to get another pet. Clearly, clearly, I need another pet.
That was that guy's name, right? With the long hair, he was Sully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. I don't want to
Me
admit
too.
it, but it was popular in the house.
Don't think I watched the last season, but I watched a pretty good chunk of that series.
It got a little zany at the end, like most shows, I think, right?
Kind of like X-Files.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That got zany all the way through.
We didn't watch the whole thing.
Going back and looking at it. No, I enjoyed X-Files quite a bit. I don't want to destroy it. It didn't age well. We'll just say that.
No, a lot of stuff doesn't, though. You know, you think,
No.
oh, I love that. Then you go back and watch it, and like, God, the picture quality is terrible. And
Yeah.
We've
Oh,
come so
it's a
far.
product of its time.
exactly. That's how I look at things.
You can't really judge it like you judge a 2015 TV show.
No, yeah.
It is a show of the 90s. It is a show of the kind of the end of the post Watergate era,
Mm-hmm.
of the pre 9/11 conspiracy theories.
Yep, the fun conspiracy theories.
Yeah, before they got really offensive.
before they really went crazy.
Mhm.
Back when it was just like, oh, they're hiding aliens, and that kind of stuff. The CIA killed JFK or whatever.
Mhm.
They were less offensive at that point. It was good, fun conspiracy mongering.
Yes.
Oh. So let's see what else. Anybody excited about anything? Oh, I'm going to Disney tomorrow.
Lucky ducky.
Oh.
Oh, speaking of that, speaking of things excited about, Star Wars parks,
Yes.
the amazing Pandora park that I know everybody is excited about,
Yeah,
Mm.
and Toy Story Land.
that could be
Ooh.
fun.
That could be fun, actually. Yeah. Well, yeah, Star Wars parks are what I'm excited for.
And
Oh,
you
yeah,
knew it
of
was
course.
coming. You knew it was coming, but it was like it's just nice to have it officially.
Well, I'm
announced.
excited that it's actually coming to both parks.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
I am kind of surprised about that, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I knew Studios was in the works because there's nothing left in there. So they kind of had to do something because there's literally nothing left in there. So you knew Studios was, they have plenty of room. They would have to do something. I figured they would do something with Pixar there. The Toy Story thing, I'm like, I wish they would have went full Pixar instead of Toy Story.
Yeah. Why limit yourself to just
Yeah.
Pixar?
Yeah, it's weird that they limited it like that. That's the only thing I find a little odd, but
That makes me feel like that means that they're planning to make many. Toy
that they're
Story movies.
never ever going to stop making them.
No.
Is that what that means?
Pretty
that,
much.
that we're in for 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11.
Yeah. The Toy
And the
Story
reboot.
saga.
Yeah. And then Andy's grandchildren, and then Andy's divorce, and
Post-apocalyptic toys.
yeah,
all
like
covered in grime.
what else can we get in there? Yeah, but because 4 is already set, right? That's
Yep.
definitely happening.
Yeah, they announced that with Cars 3 and Incredibles 2.
Did it I know this is going to be sacrilege, but I fucking hated The Incredibles. I thought it is the worst Pixar movie by far to me that I have seen. Now, granted, I've not seen Cars 2. I have.
Yeah, I didn't even bother with the Cars ones.
Well, I thought the first Cars was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's not like some deep, thoughtful movie, but I thought it was good and kind of, kind of a small town feeling kind of movie, basically. So I was kind of okay with it. I saw it about 600 times when Connor was little, so I guess I had no choice but to be okay with it. But I did enjoy it. The Incredibles I just didn't like at all. I don't know why. I only saw it in the theater though, so I haven't revisited it. So maybe I'll like it again. Like it better if I check it out, but But I haven't. I don't think I saw Toy Story 3 either. But I can't imagine that's terrible or
It was
anything.
good. Yeah, it was
I
solid.
mean,
Yeah, it
it's
was-
yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
because those are always pretty solid. I'm trying to think. What
It
other
made me
ones-
cry, so you know.
Made you cry. What other movies am I forgetting that they've done? Up was excellent.
Wall-E.
Wall-E is the
Ratatouille.
first half. Yeah, the first half of Wall-E is the best thing they've ever done.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
good.
hard to beat.
Yeah, that is amazing. I gotta say.
Yeah.
I think-
Finding Nemo is like kind of like one of my tops.
yeah, I really like
Yeah,
Finding.
that's a good
It's
one.
it's a good story. I don't know if I need Finding Dory.
Yeah,
We are getting that though,
It'd be good.
but I understand they have to make money to be able to make other
Yeah.
things. So,
Well, at least they came out. Inside Out was pretty good. That was original.
oh yeah.
And
the
they're doing,
rare original blockbuster these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, true.
And
They're
they're one of the
doing-
few studios that can do that. Like them and like Tarantino and Christopher Nolan are the only ones who can like get away with doing new stuff.
Yeah.
That is true. Not many people do it anymore.
Yeah, you need to have clout, and they have it.
Yeah, because there's not a whole. Everything else is just either a superhero movie or
Based on something.
one of a teen book series, whatever.
Yeah. Team book series or superhero movie. That's all we get now.
That is really the only choices, actually. Like, what was that one? Maze Runner or something is the next one coming out? Is that already
Cole
out?
and the Scorch Trials.
Something like that. Yeah.
That and like there's like Divergent. They have more of that.
Yeah. There's all that stuff. So
Jason Samuel said The Incredibles was the best Fantastic Four movie.
all right, I'll go with that. I will give you that, Jason.
That is truth.
I will definitely give you that. Hey, didn't you hang out with Jason?
I did. I saw him the other day. He was
There you go.
in New York.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
guess The Incredibles is kind of like the Fantastic Four, basically. You have the Stretch, you have Frozone, you have Mr. Incredible, who's kind of like the Thing. He kind
Certainly
of
built like it.
yeah, he's kind of built like him. He kind of reminds me of him a bit. Yeah, so I guess they are Fantastic
yes.
Four-ish.
Clearly inspired by Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I would say so. I got to go back and watch that because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not as bad as I remember it. I think I had a bad theater experience though, where like the sound was not working properly.
Ugh.
It was like super low and you couldn't hear. So that could be clouding my judgment. So I'll definitely give it another go. I'm sure Connor will watch it at some point and I'll be stuck watching it 600 times.
You hope.
Yeah, well, if he comes across it on YouTube, he'll watch it. I don't know if he'll find it otherwise.
They're way smarter than we ever
Yeah,
were.
well, kids do not watch TV. They watch
No.
YouTube. That's it. There's TV is dead.
That's crazy.
We are the end, or actually, I guess it would be what generation would be the end of TV?
I kind
Uh,
of
Seems
feel
like
like
millennials is
are.
kind of the blanket term.
yeah. I would say the post millennials are the ones who aren't watching it.
Ooh.
I don't know what the hell they're called.
Yeah, millennial seems to be just like anybody Robin my age and younger.
Yeah. I am Gen X with Michaela, the greatest
So we are.
generation we call ourselves.
The damaged generation.
Well, we survived the worst generation, which was the baby boomers. So
Yes, and
Yeah.
I mean they were pretty self-focused a-holes, so we got kind of left in their garbage dust,
Yes,
didn't
so-
we?
so we fixed everything for the millennials. Now they're all happy
Yeah.
and they watch
You're welcome.
and all they do is watch YouTube and Hulu and they're destroying traditional
We're the
media.
cord cutters.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But the assholes after us are even worse. So
Yeah, no, they
It's
definitely
true.
are. I am telling you, if you're under 10, you don't know what TV channels are.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I like Connor doesn't even watch Disney anymore. Maybe once a week.
Mm.
Maybe. if that. And he's not like alone. Like he's not unusual. Most of the kids in his class are the exact same way. It's
Yeah,
just
like the YouTube stars. Those
that's it. That's
Oh, I know.
that is all they watch. Straight up, just YouTube, nothing else.
Those kids are making a lot of money too.
Oh yeah,
yeah, PewDiePie is
insane.
making like $10 million a year.
yeah, it's
Just, like,
ridiculous. Yeah,
raking it in.
yeah. Those idiots who fake the pregnancy are making money.
What's a cutie pie?
PewDiePie he does gaming.
Yeah, and commentary.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And Stampy Cat, and they all do, they're smart. They gear it towards kids though, so they figured
Yeah.
out that niche. So good for them.
Kids won't even know what PBS. They won't be growing up with PBS
Wow.
because Sesame Street is going to be on HBO now.
Well,
Yeah,
only the first run ones. That's all. I mean, who really knows if it's a
Like, again-
rerun or not?
Yeah, it's a sad, it's a sad feature. Sad.
It is. It's true. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket.
I hope I die quickly. Oh, get me off of this planet. It's full of crazy people.
Yeah, but
No, I don't know. I mean, it's just different. I mean, like when you think about our grandparents' generation, Mike, compared to our generation, they would be flabbergasted at the technology jump, right? So,
oh yeah.
same thing.
Well, I don't think like because if you look at what's happened with Disney/ESPN in the last couple weeks, their stock took a pretty big hit because ESPN has lost like 8 million subscribers in the last couple of years.
What did they do?
Well, just because of cord cutting.
Yeah.
So they've had to, cut costs way back because they paid a whole shit ton of money for, rights to things, because live TV is where it's at. So they paid a lot of money for sports and stuff. And now it's like kind of coming back to bite them because the market's changing so fast that, there's no way to keep up. There was no way to predict how fast it would change.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to get that next generation at all. I don't see how it's going to survive, 15 years.
I think I just read an article too that CBS is going to offer their channel digitally as well now. Like you can pay for like
Just to get
watch
their programs.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. Yeah, because this whole. I mean, it's great that you get ratings and all, and I understand ratings are still bringing money, but how much longer is that going to be the reality? Seems like there's got to be a better way to track who's watching at this point.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it's the like end times of the old guard.
Yeah, you're seeing like a drastic
they're
change.
Really slow to let go, but it's
Oh yeah,
only a matter of time before whatever this new hybrid of cable stuff and stuff we're now streaming just kind of takes over.
yeah, exactly. I mean, because it's not like it's short attention span stuff either. Because I mean, he'll watch videos that are 20, 25 minutes, just like I'm sure his friends do the same thing. But they're just not watching a show. They're only watching whatever the hell they want. That's it.
Yeah.
It's definitely it is crazy when you think back. Like Rob, when you guys were doing Media Junkyard, what was that like? It wasn't 4 or 5 years ago, right? It feels like yeah.
God, it feels like
I know.
Around 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah. So say 3-4 years ago. But like fall TV was a big thing then.
It was. Yeah, it still kind of was. Yeah.
Like now, does the shows are coming back and all, but does it really even matter? Fall TV?
Feels like every year
It's a little less and
less. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some new shows come out, but new shows come out in the summer, new shows come out in the spring.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Now things are kind of, it used to be like every year, like in the fall, like that's when the new shows came out. But now it's kind of like they're launching whenever.
Yeah, whenever they want. It's being and if it's a good show, it doesn't matter when it's launched.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
you know.
Yeah, people
Netflix
just
can do
watch
whatever
on
they want.
their own schedule.
Yeah. Although you can still apparently hide terrible TV in the summer, since people are watching Under the Dome.
How is it on?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Renee still watches it. It is bonkers. I don't even know what the hell's going on in that show anymore. It's like it. I think it's gone from horrendous, unwatchable to campy, ridiculously bad fun. So like now I think it's watchable because it's so bad and so over the top bizarre that you can watch it now. If that makes sense. It
Just reach that tipping point.
Yeah, it's reached that tipping point where it's so bad it's interesting. I don't know. I think I'm just fascinated that Hank, I don't remember his name. I can't remember Hank's name. Hank / Big Jim went from Breaking Bad to Under the Dome. I am fascinated by that. And I am.
And it's a downgrade.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I cannot wait until he has been on Under the Dome for more seasons than he was on Breaking Bad. I feel
Then
like
people will be like, "Hey, isn't it the guy from Under the Dome?"
yeah, I think
You
he's
don't think
almost
so.
at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what was it? 5 seasons Breaking Bad, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they broke it up weird or whatever, but 5 seasons. It's already been 3 seasons of Under the Dome.
Wow.
It's not going anywhere. It's still getting ratings. I don't know why, but it's still getting ratings. So at some
What
point,
channel is it on?
it's on CBS, but it's a joint.
okay.
It's the joint CBS Amazon show.
All right.
So they're not footing the full bill for it and all that kind of stuff. So
Well, going back to like TV rating, like old TV ratings, like the reason CBS is usually higher in the ratings is because old people
Yep.
like, well, by default, like when you turn on like when you used to turn on the cable boxes, they always used to like default to channel 2.
yeah,
is
yep.
That's why.
Basically, yeah. Oh yeah, because Channel 2 in New York is CBS, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys Channel 2 there? I think we're 3. So yeah, really, it's like the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's probably like the default channel.
Like the beginning of the
that really is the reason why they get higher ratings.
Oh God, it just seems like such a slow change, but it's been quick. But it feels like more should have changed already.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Like I feel like they've held back the change. Like they're holding on for dear life.
I think
Just-
when
and
you're
maybe
just
we're-
gonna,
Maybe we're just more tuned into it. We're more aware of what's going on as opposed to just kind of the regular TV watcher.
Yeah, that's true. If people are just watching and enjoying what they watch, they're not noticing that nobody else is watching it.
Yeah.
I do think it's just gonna collapse one year though, and just gonna be like, all right, whatever. Like let's not try to do it the same way. Just completely change how it's.
Yeah, I mean,
Or-
because they're not changing it. That the networks are still hanging on to their model,
They are. Yeah, they
like
are.
for dear life.
But I think
Yeah, because they don't know what to do.
once one network kind of like makes the leap, I think that others will follow.
Yeah,
When one of them is like brave enough to jump off
to
off the fence.
completely change whatever they're doing. Yeah, and not just like, oh well, here you can watch it on here, but to completely change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was just kind of thinking the other day, like, when do you think like Netflix is going to get, or like something like Netflix is going to get like the rights to the Oscars or something?
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
it seems like it's only a matter of time before
Mm.
one of the streaming sites picks up one of those last bastions of network TV ratings, like the live sports and
no, I
the
agree.
award shows.
Well, because if
those
you,
special events.
I think you're dead on. Because if you remember, like, what was it? Wasn't that long ago when the NHL signed a deal with Versus or whatever the hell they are now, NBC Sports, and everybody was like, "What are they doing? They're idiots. They're crazy. Blah 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 blah." But it was smart because they had a dedicated carrier who was dedicated to their product, and even though nobody else was on cable at that point, none of the other sports were really, full time only on one channel on cable. it was like 5 years later or whatever it is, it makes complete sense. Like, you don't need to be on a network anymore. So how long is it before you don't need to be on cable anymore? I think that's a lot quicker change than from network to cable. Cable to online, I think, is a quicker change than network to cable transition. So I don't think it'll be that long before you see them starting to bid for things that, you know, you would think a traditional network would, like the Olympics, or like, you know, like, why couldn't Netflix do the Olympics, or, you know, something like that, or Hulu or whoever, you know?
And it would be better than network, because you would theoretically have different streams and you could watch exactly what you want, because there's so many
all on demand
things going on at the same time. Yeah.
Yep.
To put the Olympics on a network where like you're forced to watch whatever they show you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just, you could buy a package, like, oh, here, the Olympics is $100 and you could watch everything, whatever stream, whenever you feel like it. Or you could, you know, have a sponsored package where you got to watch commercials or whatever. You know, however they do it, you know, whatever works cost wise. But, you know, I don't think we're that far from that happening, really.
I would say the next couple of years.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, if Amazon and Netflix keep making money on, you know, on the streaming end of it. Well, I mean, that's Netflix only business, but like, if Amazon, if it makes sense to them, I mean, because they're really putting a lot of money into their original programming now, Amazon, compared to
they got to compete.
Yeah, exactly, just to keep up. So, I mean, I would like to see it. I don't know. To me, it's just more convenient. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
How long before, you know? I mean, because really, what the hell what other live event stuff is there? I mean, because that's the stuff that matters the most for TV, is the live event stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're not watching it later, you're not recording it. You know, things like the Oscars.
There's like the Super Bowl. There's, you know, the World Series.
Yeah. Like big award shows where people aren't watching them later. Yeah. So, I mean, those are the basic things. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of those hopped over. Maybe see something like, I don't know, the Tonys. I don't know. Like, you'll probably see a smaller award show first, like, I don't know,
Independent Spirit Award.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then see it change over.
I could see that.
For that. But I think it's good too, because it gives so many more outlets to so many more different people, and you're not just getting like 18 Chuck Lorre shows, or, you know, 18 whatever, whoever, you know, happened. You know, Chris Carter doesn't get a chance to make 6 other shows that all suck because he did the X-Files. You know, things like that. Although but here's one thing the networks are doing, is going back to the past with the X-Files coming back. They're picking up on the Netflix thing and definitely capitalizing on their property. So,
oh yeah,
kind of like Full House, and now we have X-Files. Revisiting the 90s, I guess we are. That's the new nostalgia.
It always goes in like cycles of like 20 years.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, we're only a few years away before we get aughts nostalgia.
I know, it's crazy. God.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. People are gonna be like reminiscing about like the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. The first Spider. Oh my God. Oh, that's disturbing.
Oh, that Tobey Maguire.
He was awesome, that young fella. He was such a handsome young lad. Yeah, because they're all old now, so relatively old / my age /
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what was that first? That was 20 years ago, that first Spider-Man? 15 years ago, say? Something like that?
13.
13?
2002.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's as long as I've been out of high school. I think that movie came out the week I graduated.
Oh, did it?
or close.
Wow. It did not come out the week I graduated, or Michaela.
No.
No.
Did we graduate? No. No, it didn't come out the week we graduated.
Definitely not 2002.
No. I had a couple. I had a few.
It came out a little earlier, but close enough.
In that range.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes in the next few years, though. It's changing so fast that anything could really happen. But I'm hopeful that instead of, I think we're going to bypass the whole a la carte cable thing and just go to, where they provide the internet connection and then you just subscribe to whatever, you subscribe to.
Well, we're so far behind here. They're just introducing the a la carte thing.
Well, we don't have a la carte.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. Especially here.
They just agreed to let us order which channels we want. Now, how much each channel is going to cost, whether it will be cheaper than just getting a package or not, remains to be seen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it may just be cheaper to get a whole slew of channels. And there's some times where, you may not realize there's something you like until you happen to get it, with something else.
Yeah.
It does.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, we just have such a big package we have such a big package that I don't even know what we get. Like, it's ridiculous. We have so many channels, and you ask them for a guide of it and they send it to you, but it includes all of the channels, not just what you get. So
so you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know how it's broken down and all that.
Yeah, you got 150 channels, and how are you supposed to know which ones you're getting?
Yeah, because you do discover things by having those. I mean, there's a lot of shit, like you'll never watch that everybody has, But I find I do discover things watching some channels. So there's a positive and a negative to the packages.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I'll miss when it goes to just picking up and firing up whatever on demand thing. Is just like flipping around channels and being like,
what the hell is this? Yeah, exactly.
Or just like, hey, this is a cool movie I like, and I'll watch the last half hour or so.
Yeah, I agree. That's something
Discovery
I would definitely miss. Because you come across random things and you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. I'll have to check this out some more,
Yeah.
And where does that stuff fit in the next landscape,
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for that type of show to break out.
Yeah, they're gonna really have to be on their social media game to get you to notice anything.
Yeah. It's gonna be huge word of mouth. Yeah,
that happened to me recently with the show Catfish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You finally caught on to Catfish. Is that because when everybody was in New York?
What's that?
What did you find out about Catfish when everybody was in New York?
No.
Oh, okay. Because they're all Catfish fans, by the
way. No, I mean, it's great. No, I mean, obviously, the movie was great. I saw the movie.
But, yeah.
I had never watched the show before. Like my girlfriend and I were just kind of flipping on TV, and we just happened to watch it, and we just got hooked. It was just like,
wow.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, and you wouldn't have found it otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have watched it otherwise.
Yeah.
If I wasn't surfing. Because
you would have had to seek it out,
Right.
You wouldn't have subscribed to MTV online and
Definitely
had access to all their shows,
Definitely not. No.
Yeah, it just wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some good to it, but it's there's so many channels that it's
yeah.
It's very few times that's going to happen.
Well, and the bad thing is for people who don't watch sports, that's what costs the most.
Yeah.
So if you don't watch stuff, I mean, you're really getting screwed, I mean, because even looking at the Super Bowl, how many people watch the Super Bowl? 80 million or something like that? Is that what the number is?
Over 100.
Is it over 100? It's still only a third of the country. So the majority of the people are not watching it. I mean, it's huge. I'm not diminishing the ratings or whatever it is, but in the end, even if that number's up slightly, a solid 2/3 of people are not watching the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
maybe you have
It's
like
true.
10% of people who are watching. I don't even know if you have 10%. Maybe you have like 5% of people who are even watching ESPN on a regular basis. And that's that's definitely the largest part of your cable bill as far as, who they're paying, who they have to pay to. The cost for each network. I think they're like $20 a month or something like that. It might be more than that, but the ESPN cost is way more than like the HGTV cost. So if you're not watching it and you can't get rid of it, it's like, you're stuck with that part of the bill. So that is the bad part of it. That is definitely the downside.
Yeah.
But speaking of TV, Rob, you did not see this show.
No. But I don't mind talking about it.
Could we get a little in depth with Fear the Walking Dead?
Yeah.
All right.
Or as in depth
Did you
as
see it,
can
Matt?
I did.
You did.
Where are you at on it?
It was kind of
Yeah.
Especially compared to The Walking Dead's pilot, which is
God, yeah,
one of the best pilots, the last 5 years, easily, definitely deserves a mention in the best of all time. And this one just kind of, I like the idea of like kind of following everything falling apart.
Yeah.
Like that's something that's like when it's done well, it's really cool. Like, like the first 200 pages of the Stand or something, but with zombies instead of flu. But I don't know, like the first episode, it kind of has I guess it's Parent Show's trademark glacial pacing.
Yeah.
Where, like that opening, like, did they think that we weren't going to know that this was like before the zombie showed up?
I know.
Because that fake out, like, it seems kind of pointless because we all knew this was like this is much earlier in the timeline than where we're at now.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I don't know. I didn't mind the character building a little bit. Like that was okay for me. I hope they pick up the pace, though. I think they have to.
Yeah.
I was just asking, is there like, are the authorities already starting to cover it up?
I think so. I think that's the idea you're supposed to get.
Yeah, because from that, when the mom and the dad were in the truck.
Yeah.
And they turned around, it seemed to me like there was like hazmat people and stuff like that.
Well, then you saw the video of what happened where they were,
Yeah. But it was more from that scene where they turned around and they were, just the feeling that you got that it was very ET-ish, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying.
No. But hopefully we get a little bit more action from it because, I love my action. But I didn't mind the character building right from the get-go. I was okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all right for me. I liked it. I'm going to keep watching.
Yeah, it was slow. It was only the first episode, so I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah, pilots can be rough.
Yeah, I mean they got to set up stuff. They have to get you involved with the characters. It's not simple.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to find something like I just started watching Mr. Robot. Real quick. I've only seen the first episode, but the first episode is kind of the complete opposite of this pilot. They had their hooks in me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more. But this one, I'm kind of a wait and see. Like, I don't think they quite got the balance quite right. Like, to be honest, I feel like Shaun of the Dead did a better job of setting up, like the first act of Shaun of the Dead, how they kind of snuck in all these little references throughout the first part that things were going bad.
Yeah.
And, the characters were oblivious to them, but I don't think they, and they tried to do something like that here, but I don't think it quite worked, at least as far as the first episode's concerned.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think at times it was at times it just wasn't subtle enough.
Mm.
And then I don't know if the kid was a great vehicle
Yeah.
to use. I don't. He
Sorry,
didn't
go
really.
ahead, Mike.
No, the you know, I don't think he did
Yeah.
a bad job acting wise. I just character wise, I don't think he was a great vehicle to use.
The
Kind of like
heroin
rather
addict.
than it,
Yeah, the heroin
Yeah.
addict kid. Yeah.
rather
you
than
know-
it feeling awesome like an AMC or a AMC show, it felt more like Revolution.
Yeah,
Like
kind of.
it had more of that feeling to it, like more CBS, less HBO, maybe. Like the quality maybe was that. I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel like that scene in Revolution where that's what it's called, right? Where the power all goes out.
Oh yeah, yep. That was
Yeah, I
Revolution.
never watched it, but
Right.
that's what it is.
And the mom is walking along and they've got the two kids and the dad and they've got all their belongings and thing, and this guy approaches them and she pulls out a gun. Like it kind of feels like that to
Yeah,
me.
definitely. Yeah, I
That
agree.
same kind of beginning of it, maybe. I don't know.
God, what a crock of shit that show was.
Yeah, that one bad
Well, hopefully
fast.
it's not as big a crock of shit.
Yeah, I didn't bother with it.
It
Partly
was
because
bad.
the word of mouth was so bad.
Yeah, it was awful.
I guess a little bit of trivia if you didn't know. The kid, the heroin addict, in real life, his father is the guy who plays Stannis on Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Frank Delane on this show and Stephen Delane on Game of Thrones.
hmm
He was also Tom Riddle in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
That's why he looks. Yeah. He had that familiar face, and I'm like, who the hell is
Yeah.
he? And that makes sense. Yeah,
Well, him being Tom Riddle didn't put you off him. That see-through, unopened half shirt he was wearing.
oh my god, that was
weird
awful.
Run.
Yeah,
Weird run.
I just felt like he was too quirky. Like I understand he was an addict,
Yeah.
but man, it just like was so much. It was like it was like he was gonna hit every single note of being an addict.
Yeah. But then how do you react when you wake up and find what's happening?
Oh yeah.
He
But like,
discovered, right? Like-
hey, here's an idea. Instead of going to the shooting gallery by yourself after your crazy drug-addled son told you there was a murder there, how about call
I
the
know.
fucking police?
I know.
Yeah,
I was like, what is he
at
doing?
night.
Yeah, at night. Yeah, at night. Yeah.
Come on.
I was just like, this is just too stupid. I can't get with that part of it. Like, I'm okay with them doing stupid things because, hey, look, they're human beings. I understand you got to move the story along, and people are going to do dumb things in horror. That is the reality of the genre. But
Yeah.
man, this is really stupid. Like, I'm okay with the heroin addict doing stupid things, but how about keeping the sensible person sensible?
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah.
kind of reminded me of when the girl from Blink from Doctor Who goes back into the mansion.
Oh yeah,
like, what
yeah,
are you doing,
yeah.
Stupid girl. Get out of the mansion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a fine line between stupid that makes sense for the character
Yeah.
and stupid because you need to get to point B in your story.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if the kid had broken out of the hospital and went back there, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. He's an idiot. Of course he's going to do that.
Yeah, he's an addict. Where
Yeah,
else is he
yeah.
going to go?
Yeah, exactly. So I would have been perfectly fine with that. That would have made complete sense. It just seems like they took a sensible person and then made them do really stupid things. Like
Yeah.
I could understand the two of them, like him and the wife going there together.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
do a team up or something.
Yeah, during
the day.
during the day, like, yeah, and I understand her desperation and wanting to, that makes sense. The him going there at night thing, I was just like, that's just, that's, you could have come up with something better than that. Just minor things, but it is the first episode, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
But the daughter, I don't know, the daughter didn't really work for me. I don't know what's going on with her.
they seem to focus on her arm a lot.
Yeah, it's weird.
Does that just mean like it seemed like why the Randy from The Wire was like painting on it and like
Yeah.
there was one shot where
Yeah.
they focused on her arm and I'm like, is she gonna get bit in her arm or something? And nothing happened in this first episode, but that felt very strange, like a weird choice for the director to focus.
Yeah, like is that foreshadowing something? Is somebody, Is she
Yeah, I don't
dying
know.
soon? They're gonna cut her arm off. Is she the new Rick? You know, I I just don't know. But wait, did she ever find her boyfriend again?
No, we haven't seen him. Well, like
Okay.
after.
Yeah, she can't get a hold of him. So
Ruh-roh.
yeah,
Yeah.
I assume nothing good happened if she can't get a hold of him. That will be my guess. Anyway.
Probably not. You know,
Yeah.
considering what the show is and what universe it's set in, it's probably going to get pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm assuming nothing good is going to happen. But do you think they got to the full-on apocalypse? Well, it's not on the full-on apocalypse yet, but do you think they pushed it too far, too fast the first episode?
No, I don't think so. Like one of my friends thought like it was gonna be like the whole first season before we even saw a zombie, much less, you know, the little bits here and there we saw. I think it is going to, you know, kind of creep up, and I have to imagine probably by the end of the season, the way it's going, it's going to be probably just full blown chaos.
Yeah,
and and they're going to, you know, go from there.
I just hope it doesn't become too similar to regular Walking Dead, where it's like just gets to a point where it's just a group of survivors. You know,
yeah.
I think they need to keep it different.
I agree. That's why I'm worried they like, even though they didn't go, it was a slow paced episode. I'm afraid they pushed the story too far. That we're already to the point where, you know, people are killing zombies, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if I wanted to get there that fast. I was hoping for something a little different, but yeah, it all depends how it plays out. I think they're going to go more with the how the government reacts angle.
That's what I was going to say. They could start on the government angle, and the government rounding people up and jailing them and treating them. You know, who knows, right? Like experimenting on them and shit. Who knows where they're going to go?
Yeah, we only saw like glimpses of that in the original show, so that could be certainly an interesting area to explore.
Yeah. There's only 6 episodes in this season, the same as the first season of Walking Dead, right?
I don't know.
It's Walking Dead starts October 11th.
Are credited for 7 episodes, so
okay.
It might be.
Yeah, the first.
You know,
yeah. Let me see.
You know, I have to imagine it's going to end, and then there'll be like maybe a week, and then original flavor Walking Dead will pop up.
Yeah, that starts October 11th.
Yeah, on my birthday.
Yeah.
Like that.
Happy birthday to me.
I'm excited for
Happy
it coming
birthday
back
to
this
you.
time. I'm
what?
excited for a
interesting.
regular one coming back.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because I think it's going good now. We've had many years of wandering. I feel like we're in a good place.
We coming home.
Yeah.
And they got some good stuff, you know, that they can use
Yeah.
in the arcs up ahead. That should be make for some interesting TV.
Yeah, I think there's enough now.
And they're still only about like halfway through the run, more or less. You know,
That's true. Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, I stopped reading in the middle of the war.
yeah,
But
yeah, because
there's a good bit after that.
Yeah, because they're like, I'm still reading. Like, I haven't read the most recent one, but it definitely seems like it's revving up again. Like there was a pretty big, shocking end to the most recent, you know, trade or whatever. But yeah, I certainly wonder how they'll be able to pull that off on the show if they get to it. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully this show will be a good little, you know, way to tide us over until the original comes back.
Yeah, I think that's all it really has to be. You know, just entertaining and different. And keep you give you the backstory without us having to have like flashbacks in The Walking Dead or anything. I think that's, you know, a nice way to do it without disturbing any of the characters or story that you have going on in the main show. You know, it doesn't interfere with that universe at all. Whatever goes on in this one.
Yeah, they're far enough in the limitations of the post-apocalypse. It's going to keep them pretty separate.
Yeah. I just don't want them to go too fast in this one, and I'm worried about the whole government angle thing because I feel like I'm afraid it's going to turn into like Michaela was compared to.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it. No, it's not
like
Miracle Day. No.
Well, that and like Revolution, like those shows kind of go down a road that I don't know if it works so well anymore. It's just like it's been done so many times. It's like, oh, you know, I'd rather just see humanity breaking down, and I understand the government breaking down is part of that. I'm just worried.
So, yeah, I have a question about the virus. Like everybody has it, right?
Yep.
But not in this show yet. I don't think.
Well, I assume it hasn't spread completely yet in this show.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody just die and come back.
Yeah, and they look a little different with the blue eyes.
Ooh, maybe they're walkers. And maybe they're not walkers. Maybe they're White Walkers.
They're White Walkers. It's a combination. White Walker. And...
crossover.
Yeah, they definitely differentiate their look. Well, I mean, because they're not decaying. They're not decayed yet, so there's no reason.
Yeah,
they shouldn't.
Fresh.
Yeah, I mean, these are freshly dead bodies, so they don't have to look like they're falling apart or anything. So I guess that's probably easier on the makeup angle and all that, I would assume.
Yeah, because I've heard that like the makeup crew for the original, they try to keep it like some kind of continuity with the the decay and rot. And I guess supposedly if you watch the show, it like in a row you see the zombies gradually look more and more decomposed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you definitely see that over time. And really, by the time we met them in the first one anyway, they were pretty far down the road. I mean, people had been in camps a while, most of the population was dead. So they were already pretty far down that road to begin with.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's that. Whereas this, you're seeing like with the kid in this episode. I mean, he had just died, so you're getting a lot more of that, and you don't get the whole full makeup. So that must be that must save them a lot of money and time for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm interested to see where it goes. It's only a few episodes, so definitely worth hanging in there for.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Michaela, John had a question.
Yes.
John's getting ready for bed because he's old, and he had a question for Michaela. Will you be the girl I met in camp from Canada that I made out with in the 7th grade to validate a story?
Probably. It's probably me. Okay, John who?
John.
Which? Oh, John.
The only
Officer John?
The John.
Oh.
The only John we know.
Where is John getting this question? Where's this question?
Oh, this is Jason
this
says,
is the chat.
Yeah. Well, see, not being American, you may not understand this.
Okay.
What boys do when they are teenagers and have no experience in anything, they say they met a girl from Canada while they were on vacation.
Oh, okay.
This is what happens.
Okay. All right.
So it doesn't translate.
Sure,
you're
absolutely.
Canadian.
Yeah, I've read his question now, and John, I can be that girl for you.
See, there you go.
Absolutely. You got
it. Oh God.
Deal.
Oh man. So anybody else have anything?
I don't think so. What else is in our outline?
I don't
Fear
know.
the Walking Dead, we talked.
I can't see. It was all screwed up, so I had an issue opening it.
Sense8 I wanted to talk about.
Go for it.
All right.
I finished it. I really liked it. I really liked the last episode a lot. It does get a little bit hard and heavy, and you got to kind of stick with it. Or so I've heard.
Like hard and heavy in a good way, or in a bad way?
Not so much. But a little bit like emotionally like distraught kind of. Oh, but I really enjoyed it. I was very connected to the characters, and I felt they were built very well. And I would say definitely if you haven't checked out Sense8 on Netflix, do it now.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that, but I just haven't had the time. I know it's gotten kind of polarizing reviews, but the Wachowskis seem to be, regardless of the quality, it seems to be at least worth checking out.
Oh, totally worth checking out. Yeah.
Speaking of Netflix, I have a few shows that I guess didn't make the outline. Since the last show, Wet Hot American Summer First Day of Camp came out.
Right.
The prequel series to the cult classic from 2001. I checked out the whole first season and I thought it was great. It was really funny. They were able to get back like everybody, like the entire original cast, which is pretty amazing considering how many people from that cast have gone on to become huge stars. I mean, they only had time to shoot Bradley Cooper for a day because he's become such an in-demand actor. And you got Elizabeth Banks, Paul Rudd, and Amy Poehler, and you got a bunch of celebrity guest stars who pop up here and there. And they have a lot of fun with the fact that like in the first movie they had fun with the fact that they were like 30-year-olds playing teenagers, and now because this one is a prequel, it takes place on the first day of camp and the movie took place on the last day of camp. They're having fun with the fact that they're now 40-year-olds playing teenagers, although some of them have aged pretty well. I mean, that's Hollywood, but Paul Rudd, I'm pretty sure he's immortal or something. He looks the same. Like, I don't know how he does it. Like, he's like 46 years old and he looks better than I did in college. It just makes no sense. But yeah, like it's a very funny show. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, and I'm sure I missed a lot of references to the original film. But if you like the movie and you haven't seen this series yet, it's only 8 episodes, 8 25-minute episodes, so it's a quick watch, and it's something that makes me wonder why Netflix doesn't do more comedies, because comedies seem to be the best kind of shows for me to binge watch. I mean, if you watch a good comedy, it's you want to watch more. At least that's my experience. I've also been catching up on a few other shows. First, I talked about during the live chat that we had the other night called Unreal on Lifetime. I know that doesn't sound great, but it's from Marty Noxon of Buffy the Vampire Slayer fame. All hail Jossus. And it's about kind of this behind the scenes of a reality show like The Bachelor. And it's all about how this producer who had like a breakdown the previous season, basically how they create the show and they manipulate the contestants and they create drama from manipulating the footage and manipulating everything. And I thought this was a really compelling show. It's it's a bit of a soap, but it's really well written. I think now I'm thinking about it, I think there might be a little bit of a comparison to maybe a Breaking Bad type, where there's like a showrunner for the show who kind of blackmails the producer. And I kind of see a little bit of a Walt and Jesse type relationship where the producer really doesn't like the work she's in. She kind of has a conscience about manipulating people and treating women poorly. And I just found it a really interesting show, really entertaining, and I can't wait to see more of it. Last thing I want to talk about in TV real quick is Hannibal, which is almost done its run. It's a shame. It's one of the most visually interesting shows post Breaking Bad. It's amazing to look at, and this season I think it's probably been the weakest of the three, to be honest, but I think it's ending strong. It's they basically figured we're probably not going to be coming back, so the last part of this season is part of the Hannibal Lecter story. It's been kind of a prequel so far, but now they're doing they've done Red Dragon, the first story that featured Hannibal Lecter in it, and it's really interesting to see. I just recently read Red Dragon, and I liked seeing how they did it. And I also remember the films that they made adapting this story, and how it's always interesting to see adaptations and see what they've changed, and just how because it's basically like 5 or 6 episodes of a TV show versus the 2-hour movies that were made, and it's interesting to see how they were able to make the changes and how they obviously adapted to kind of a more modern sensibility, because the book was written in the early 80s, and it's it's going to be a bummer that's no longer around, but it seems like it's going to end on a high note.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like on Amazon, which is a service not a lot of people use as much. Netflix is kind of the standard, but if you have Amazon, I think the first 2 seasons are up as part of the Prime package. So it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you in HD. It looks, it's one of the most visually interesting shows around for sure.
I never started Hannibal, but I see that it's on Netflix, and I'm going to start that, and I'm going to pick up Bates Motel again.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Bates Motel, but I never really got beyond the first episode.
I watched the first, I think, 2 episodes, and I don't know what happened. I've had a lot of PVR trouble over the last year. I'm on my 3rd one, so I might have lost it in the shuffle. But I'm really interested in seeing it because I've heard really good things about it. So.
Awesome. I'm back.
Yeah. You're back. Oh, good.
I had to run upstairs.
Right.
Sorry about that.
We have books and theater and podcasts. So I'm really
just real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So just wanted to mention quick that Stephen Amell had a wrestling match.
Oh right.
Oh, that's right. He was at
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, right?
Yeah. No. But it's actually pretty notable because, I mean, usually when they have celebrity involvement, they have little storylines here and there, but it's not like they don't actually do full matches. So I was pretty surprised when they announced full on match, but still didn't expect much. But I have to say, he did good. Full on jumping off the ropes. Obviously he's in great shape, but even so, there's a lot of it's not just being in good shape. You have to know what you're doing so you don't injure yourself or others.
Right.
So, I was actually really surprised at how much he did and how well he did it. So it was pretty cool.
He's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he seems to have just such a great enthusiasm, just following him on social media, and he really, he seems like a class act. I like the cut of his jib.
There you go.
That Amell gentleman.
Yes.
It's totally true. Totally.
Yeah,
true.
he seems like he appreciates and enjoys what he does.
Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're working in Hollywood and you're not enjoying yourself,
yeah, what's the point?
Get out, because there's so many people dying to take your spot.
Well, he gets to record in Vancouver and he vacations in Palm Springs. I mean, how hard can life be, really?
True.
Get to run around in tights all day.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yep. Gets to do whatever he wants.
Yep.
Exercise.
I think he's the first person I ever saw doing a salmon ladder for some weird reason.
Oh, really? Oh, you must not have watched
American, yeah. But I started recording that
original-
actually. American Warrior.
Oh,
or
Ninja
whatever.
Warrior. Yeah. You must
Yeah.
not have watched the original.
No, I guess not.
The original
But,
Japanese one was awesome.
Oh. I feel like I'm missing out.
Oh,
It's like Iron
so
Chef
good.
of sports.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Mm,
Iron Chef.
Japanese do these things well, so.
That was a great show. I don't mind the American one. It's not bad. It's not the original.
Ah.
The original was amazing.
And it had the same name.
It was just called Ninja Warrior.
I will find it.
Yeah, that was fun. It used to be on G4 when that was a thing.
Yeah.
When that existed.
So I'm really, really behind on Undisclosed because I'm like knee deep in the Dresden Files.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean that's good reason. It's good reason.
I'm on I'm on the second to last book, and I've done all the side jobs and short stories and all that stuff. But this one's being read by someone other than James Marsters, so it's really weird. And I can't find a good James Marsters copy that isn't on YouTube. So I'm just like trying to like tune out the fact that his voice is different.
I couldn't do it.
It's a little bit hard. But I'm still really enjoying that series. And in fact, I've started watching the television series on YouTube, which is completely different and hilarious. So,
yeah. That I remember when that show was on. Wasn't awful,
Like-
but wasn't great.
It came out the same year as Buffy, so
Did that?
yeah.
Really? That came out that long ago?
97, yeah.
Holy cow! I can't believe that.
The show was sooner.
Was it?
Yeah, it came out later.
I don't think. Yeah, it wasn't '90s. No way.
Yeah, it wasn't a '90s show.
It was it 2007 and not 97?
Yeah, that's
I'm
probably.
looking.
Yeah, it must be.
I'm looking.
Maybe
my
the first
IMDb.
book came out. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
this
I don't.
one's specifically on IMDb for the series.
Wow, really?
Yep, it premiered January 21st, 2007.
Okay, that
Oh,
makes sense.
see, I'm just an idiot. There you go. My IMDb won't work, so it's being really weird. I don't know why. So 2007, not 97.
I was
Well,
gonna
that makes a
say,
big
yeah.
difference,
I was like,
doesn't it?
wow.
But I'll tell you, the effects for Bob might as well be 1997. They're that bad. Wow. The Bob,
Well,
the
Battlestar Galactica was probably getting all the effects money at that time.
effects money. Yeah, well, they've actually, I guess, to get away from it just being a skull with these weird lights, they've made Bob like a person, like he's an actor that plays Bob. So he stands around, he hovers around Harry a lot.
That's not good.
And apparently, one of the executive producers of the show, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Lord. Of course. Why not?
So, Jason Samuel, I blame you entirely for my Harry Dresden addiction, and thank you for it.
He says he can hook you up with the James Marsters version.
Well, I'm a good chunk through it already, and what I don't have, I could get it on YouTube. So there isn't a part 1, but there is a part 2. So I'm well past part 1. So I could figure it out.
He also
I know.
says at a meeting he had with Google, people under 25 are streaming 85% of their content.
Wow.
I believe it. Yeah.
I
Sounds-
definitely believe that.
Sounds about right.
I don't doubt that at all.
So who's listening to Undisclosed, and how are
So
you feeling about Adnan's guilt?
Oh, right. So I mean, so I figure maybe we won't go like big into it right now. Like we should probably have Colleen on.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't we see if we can get Colleen on next time? I'll get
Yeah.
caught up. We'll all get caught up, and
Cool.
then we can talk about it.
I think
But
by then they might be done their run with it.
Well, maybe. But there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Like I guess I won't. Like I don't know if you can spoil real life, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I won't. I guess, but there's this just on Monday there was kind of some pretty big discovery that was made
Yep.
in regards to the case. So have you been listening, Mike?
I am completely caught up. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been like ever since you guys like mentioned it or was mentioned on the show. Like I'm just like completely and utterly obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like waiting for like every Monday, like for the episode to come out. And actually just started. I hadn't been listening to Serial Dynasty, but I realized that they kind of almost go hand in hand because like Serial Dynasty is kind of like almost like more discussion about Undisclosed. And I know that they have a relationship, so it's kind of like almost like a companion sister podcast. But yeah, I mean, Undisclosed is like legit. Like it just like I love the way they're going into it. Obviously, we know it's they're biased, obviously. But I mean, but I am honestly at the point, and it's not just because of them; it's because of other things. But I do think that that Adnan didn't do it. So what I think is cool is now, well, especially Serial Dynasty now, their whole goal now is to just figure out who did it and who might have done it. They're looking to actually solve the case, which is pretty cool. But there's quite a lot of evidence, especially like recently, where like a lot of things that are just contradictory or just basically almost prove that the investigation was just like almost just kind of made up and to match what they want. And so much a lot of corruption brought to light. And things that at first maybe sounded a little like tinfoil hatty, but like there are a lot of documented cases of people making things up or ignoring things, because Baltimore, one of the highest crime rates in the country, they have numbers to hit. At that time. So there's a lot of just closing cases. Like they don't really care necessarily if they have the right person. They just need to get someone, pin it on somebody.
Yeah, and that was always kind of the argument I'd have with Colleen, and where she's like, well, they're making everything like it's a conspiracy. I'm like, it doesn't have to be some big conspiracy. I mean, it just has to be human beings with biases, just doing what those doing what human beings do. I mean, it doesn't have to be any big conspiracy to it. Just people, and they don't even have to be bad people. They could think they're doing good, but they're really fucking up, because
just people are just lazy, doing lazy work. Basically.
The problem is people don't understand a lot of things, like simple things like how memory works and how your own biases change your memory and just anything like that. Like if you can't recognize your own biases, you're never going to get past them. So I don't know that. So plays a huge part of it for me. And I don't necessarily mean like racial biases and things like that. I just mean, cognitive, like
where you're coming from,
where you already assume, like, oh, I think it what, I had 3 cases where the boyfriend killed the girlfriend. So obviously it's the boyfriend.
The boyfriend.
That's in your head. So
here we go again.
Yeah.
The boyfriend killing a girl.
Yeah. I need I don't really feel like dealing with this shit. Let's get this done. Yeah. I mean, it's just human nature. And I don't think people understand that enough. And
I mean, you have to put anyone else's job, regardless of how important it is, into the same form that the way you think about your job.
Yeah.
Right? Every day, are you on the ball? Are you doing your
exactly?
best?
Yeah.
Are you're never hungover? You never didn't sleep well enough? You sometimes just don't give a shit. Whatever the reason is, people aren't always doing their very best.
No, there's no way.
There are always just people in any job who just suck at it. And
But if you're on the Supreme Court of the United States of America, maybe that has bigger consequences than if you work at McDonald's and get someone's breakfast order wrong.
Well, like these 2 cops who did the main investigation seem like complete shitheads. I mean, they just do.
Yeah.
And so does the prosecutor. But it could have been.
So does his lawyer.
Yeah.
His lawyer seemed like a complete fuck up.
Oh, she was, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, and now they have uncovered cases where involving the detectives and the prosecutors where, people that they put away have been, exonerated. Yeah. So like, you know that these same people have done it before, not like let alone, you know, people in general, but these specific people involved in the case have done it.
And if it was someone who was, say, a medical examiner that was, you know, always favoring, and they found out that this had been happening, and it was, you know, they would re-examine all of the cases that person had worked on. They'd have to. But in this case, they don't seem to be all that willing to do that.
Nobody's ever willing to admit that they're wrong. That's why.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest, like, for me, everything is wrong. It's not just this case. The entire system is conceived wrong because it was conceived at a time where we didn't have enough knowledge about human behavior and about memory and about a million different things.
Yeah.
It may have all been well and good a couple hundred years ago, but we have way too much knowledge now to be relying on nonsense. And that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, it's more than that. For me, it's more than just the one case. It just shows the fallibility of human beings and that it's never taken into account.
You guys also have a flawed system because
no. But I want to say everybody does, because everybody has a similar system that is based on human beings that aren't meant to look at their own biases.
But what I'm saying is that the American system specifically is a profit-based system.
No, not all of it.
There have been cases in the U.S. where,
but this wasn't. But this had nothing to do with profit.
Oh no, I know. But when you're talking about a completely flawed system,
well, I'm talking about every justice system in the world basically is flawed because they were all conceived at a time. Most were conceived at a time like 300-400 years ago.
When they don't have any business putting those laws on.
You didn't have knowledge of, you know, yes, oh, wait, eyewitness testimony meant something then. What we know about witness statements, they are meaningless. They mean absolutely nothing. People's memories.
Every time you retell the story, you see it differently in your mind, and you can convince yourself of anything.
People's memories are malleable. They change every single time. You can convince someone they did something even if they weren't there, if you use the right tactics. So to know this and still keep the system exactly the same is just so fucking stupid that it drives me insane. So
Cooper must have heard you say that.
To me, it's to me, it's more than just this one case, because all it is, it just shows the stupidity of everyone to keep this system the way it is.
Well, it's the same as with any large system where there's money, profit, money, business going on. You don't want to change the status quo, because then, you know, then you start messing with people's, like, on a basic level, people's income.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think it's more people are never willing to admit that they need to change things drastically because they're wrong. You know,
yeah, but it's also rooted in fear. Okay.
Yeah.
Say we change the justice. Okay, here's a simple thing. Say they created a product that I just used in my mouth and it got rid of all the plaque and I didn't need to go to the dentist every 6 months and have the shit scraped out of my mouth. That put a lot of dental hygienists out of work, wouldn't it? So they just don't put that on. They just don't do that, right?
No, I don't. No, because somebody would make money on that. It's not really the money that's the issue with the system. It's that human beings aren't willing to admit, well, first of all, that they don't know enough about science to understand how memory works. And you don't have to be a neuroscientist. Just read simple articles from them, you know.
Oh, people can't even make their way through the subject line of an email these days.
They're not. People never have been able to. I mean, let's be real. People have always been the same. But I understand the system at the time was probably good. It's not good now. It doesn't work. When you're dependent,
not to mention the fact that our population is so much bigger as well, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sure that has something to do. Things get stretched out and all that, but we just know too much. We just know too much about human, like, criminal profiling is complete nonsense. It's like a cold reading, but they still use it. You have people using polygraphs that are complete nonsense. You have these guys who are like, well, I've had a case like this, so I'm going to assume it's this, or it just, the whole system is flawed because people refuse to look at what they actually are.
Right.
Everybody has biases. If you can't recognize them, the system's going to be broken forever. That's the thing that drives me insane, because to me, yes, the case itself, it's like, how the hell do you convict this guy and this is all you got? Like, could he have done it? Sure. I mean, he could have done it. I mean, who the hell knows? You know?
I mean, that's the thing.
Not done it.
The thing is, like, regardless if he did it or not, it's kind of almost undisputable that there's not nearly enough evidence to prove.
Put somebody away for life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you are taking somebody's life away based on
one person, basically one person.
Yeah,
they're saying. Yeah,
based on one person who had his story changed multiple times. And maybe he went in there with good intentions. Maybe he really did know what happened. But his story changed so many times. And how many of those times was it changed because the people interviewing him needed it to change? And maybe they didn't purposely need it to change, but they needed it to change, so they leaned on him harder. And then it changed. And then it did this. You know, none of it had to be purposeful for it to be wrong.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be purposeful. It just is how human beings work.
Right. And we're all colored by our bias. We are.
Yeah. Well, everybody has biases about everything. So it's like, you know, there's got to be a better way. And to refuse to even look at the system that is completely 100% broken because it refuses to have any logic and reason to it, that drives me completely insane. Because you get the people who are like, well, you know, the whole thing, it drives me nuts. And the people who are arguing just over whether, you know, oh, well, all the cops didn't get together just to get him. Well, they didn't have to.
Yeah.
One guy could have started the ball rolling, and not even purposefully. He could have done it out of laziness. He could have done it out of incompetence. He could have done it just unwittingly. That's all it takes. So that's what drives me completely insane. The whole thing drives me insane. Because it's so frustrating because people just refuse to tackle any issue with any modicum of intelligence or look at it more broadly than what it is, and it drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to talk about like the more specific stuff.
Definitely.
Colleen.
Yes,
it's pretty. I mean, we'll probably actually have more info too, because this is like there's like, you know, really
there's a lot going on with it. Yeah,
and then this specific piece of information that came out, like they're from what I understand, they can actually subpoena. Well, the lawyer can subpoena the information and actually find out. I mean, this is huge. Basically, it's almost like if they're right about this, or even, you know, actually what they already found, it's kind of almost guaranteeing a whole new trial. So
it
pretty big
should,
stuff.
But
judges
are notoriously.
I mean,
you know, they're not. They're rigid. They can be rigid at times. You know,
they can. But there's certain things that they can't really, like, if there actually is like a Brady violation.
Yeah, they should have to.
They really can't do anything about it. Yeah.
And there seems like there's hundreds of them in this case.
Exactly.
It's, you know, and I take it with a grain of salt what they say, because obviously,
for sure, yeah,
they're working. You know, they have involvement with the defense side, but simple things like
they are knowledgeable.
Yeah,
they feel like they still provide the information, you know, clearly and coherently.
Exactly. Like the AT&T cover letter. There's that's black and white.
That's pretty big too.
You can't use the information to pinpoint anything. That is it.
Yeah.
And to purposefully or conveniently ignore that and put somebody away for 17 years, I mean, you know, just mind-boggling. I don't understand it. But I don't understand people all that much. So there is that.
It should be good stuff to talk about next time.
Yeah, because it should be pretty far down the road by then. We hopefully we'll have some stuff from the actual appeal hearing he has.
Yeah.
Wow, what time is it? Holy cow, we've been going a long time.
Yeah.
I have some feedback from Will.
All right.
I have no idea what it's about.
Oh, I just have a quick comment. Well, there was one more thing. Someone wrote
Yep.
Book of Mormon. Did someone want
Yeah,
to talk about Book of Mormon?
I took a trip to New York a few weeks ago to visit my sister, and we ended up getting in on the Book of Mormon ticket lottery. Some Broadway shows, they have a certain amount of tickets set aside, and you can, put your name in, and if you get picked, you get, cheap seats. So we ended up getting in to see Book of Mormon. We were fans of the Cast album. We listened to that a lot, and I've been a huge fan of Trey Parker and Matt Stone since South Park started almost 20 years ago. Hard to believe. And yeah, it was great. We saw it on Broadway at the Eugene O'Neill Theater, and it was just a delight. Like, I had a smile on my face the whole time. The songs were great. It was really funny. Yeah, that's just that's it. It's just if you've probably heard a bunch of people raving about this play anyway, this musical anyway, and it was definitely worth the wait, and it was a great little added treat to my my trip earlier this month.
That's awesome. We got tickets for Christmas from my dad and his wife, and we had a really nice outing. It was great. It was a good show. Enjoyed it. Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Michael, you have feedback.
Yes.
From Will.
I have something from Will. We'll find out what it's about.
Six-pack Will.
It's probably about muscles, working out, and coffee, since he lives in Portland.
He lives in Portland.
Hey, y'all. This is Will. I'm running late, but I'm going to leave some feedback because I know how much you guys love feedback. Lately, I've been going out to a lot of shows, and it's been fun. Like, stuff where they have, like, drag performers and singers and dancers, even like a hula hoop artist. So it's been fun. Never been a fan of drag up until recently when I started seeing some of the local performers, but pretty cool. Actually befriended a few new people that way. I'm so mad that I haven't been able to get out to the movies more. I have this movie pass membership that I'm paying for every month and not using. They're making a lot of money off me. I do plan to go see a few movies, maybe 2 or 3 movies a week, and try to get caught up. So I'm going to see Mission Impossible not tomorrow night, Friday night, hopefully, and starting there. I'm started a few books lately, just like video games. I'm really bad about starting books and never finishing them. I started reading The Martian, which I'm sure a lot of you've heard about. There's a Matt Damon movie coming out, I think, in November.
Damon?
I know the trailer's out now, and hopefully I can avoid the trailer because I hear it kind of spoils everything. And I also started reading a book about, it's called Uprooted by Naomi Novik. It's about this like dickhead wizard who every 10 years he picks a girl from the town to come live with him. And the girls all say that he never touches them, but it's kind of a mystery.
Oh my God, it's Tom Cruise.
He wants them. He lets them go, and he gives them a shitload of money before he lets them leave after 10 years. But they're always different, and they always leave town to go live somewhere else. So it's pretty interesting so far. I'm very early on in both of those books, but I really like both of them. And as far as TV, I did like Fear the Walking Dead. It was decent enough, but not great. So hopefully I'm sure I'll like it in the end. Not a whole lot of other stuff going on. I am planning on making some life changes. I know my problems are all first world problems, but I hope to implement some changes. And Michaela, I am going out tomorrow night with the guy I was telling you about, so hopefully that goes well. I'll just see something that Reese chewed up. Bad dog. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later.
Damn dogs.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's awesome.
It is national. Well, I don't know if that's just American, I guess, but we're going to borrow it. It's International Dog Day today.
Yes, that's right. It was.
Notice my restraint on Instagram, Michael. I did not post a picture of my dog.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, I did. I posted the picture with Jeff.
I didn't post a picture of my dog. Here's a picture of my dog.
I also saw. Well, I saw Mission Impossible: The Rogue Nation. It's pretty good. You know, it's not as good as Ghost Protocol, but it's solid popcorn fun. And you know, Tom
Awesome.
Cruise is a maniac, but he commits to his movies, and
Oh, that he does. Yeah.
I hate him so much, and I hate him extra because he makes me like his movies. Pisses me off. It just pisses me off because I enjoy them so much. Like they're right up my alley. Like that crazy building jumping bullshit that he does. I love it so much, and I hate him so much. Like so, it's just like conflict the whole time. Ugh. Tom Cruise. Who's he gonna marry next?
I don't know.
Well, she
The
has
girl
to be
from
young and
Girl Meets
pliable.
World.
From Girl Meets World. Stop watching the Disney Channel immediately.
No, I was saying
Okay,
that because
Connor's
she was
like
young.
26 now. It's time for you to stop watching the Disney Channel.
No, they're good shows. Good stuff. Good
Now
stuff.
we know who's really watching Vampire High.
Vampire High.
I don't know. Is that even a thing? I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not
I
a
don't
thing.
know because I don't watch the fucking Disney Channel, Michael David.
Me either.
Okay, so do we have any other feedback?
I think that's it.
Nobody else loves us? Well, Matt would have sent us feedback, but he's here.
He didn't have
so
to. He was here.
I hopped
Get
on,
feedback.
so
This was
the whole
better.
time.
This was way better.
It's just yeah. It
Okay.
was a much
So you have-
longer version of feedback.
That's true. So you have an early flight, so we should probably wrap it with a big
Wrap
bow
it
and
up.
send it out.
Yeah. I got a 6:30 flight. So
Lucky boy. Oh, I just wanted to mention really quickly while we're in like kind of podcast area that if you are a subscriber to the iZombie podcast on the DVMPE network, unsubscribe to that bullshit because it's not Steph and Robin anymore. And
that's
subscribe
right.
to their new podcast, which will be showing up at some point, I'm sure. But don't be fooled by this iZombie podcast. We're number one, building our reputation on Steph and Robin's back bullshit because they're not. And they never will be because Steph and Robin will be coming back with a new show for season 2.
yes,
So there you go.
there's been an implosion in the podcast world.
Well, there has to be when you put out a product and nobody can download it, right? I mean, I couldn't download the show. So how am I supposed to listen to it and be a fan of it, right? Like that's hard.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard there was issues with that.
Mondo. So I am glad that they have done the thing that they have done. And so if you're subscribed still to the, excuse me, old version, and do that. Now, sorry.
You all right?
Just choking to death.
Oh, well, that's not a big deal.
So anyway, yeah. Support the community, being our community and not some other podcast empire. Michael David's podcast empire is the only one you should be supporting.
It's true. It's true. Unless you're Jamie and better.
Hmm?
I said unless you're Jamie and you're better.
Okay. And better or bitter? Are we bitter?
Bitter.
Aw. It's just that he loves you.
I know. I'm only messing with Jamie.
That's all.
Oh gosh, Phew, I'm sweaty.
Well, Matt,
Hopefully
thank
Mike
you
will-
for. Oh, sorry, go, Rob.
I was just gonna hopefully Mike will let me on one of his other podcasts.
I will.
You haven't been on his Sunday morning
When-
daily yet?
No, we haven't. We were not. Well, obviously, I'm going on vacation, so we're not recording this
Yeah,
week.
Next time, if you do something during the week,
Yeah, I'm going to schedule one during the week. That's what I was hoping to plan on doing. Oh, is schedule one like on a Wednesday or Thursday.
Hey,
Oh,
Rob, you notice he hasn't invited us to be part of his podcast empire.
I did. I
with
asked
that?
well, we're actually on the
Yeah, they're on the
Podcasting
page.
Empire website.
you. Yeah, the Empire page.
Aren't
Well,
we the
we're-
flagship?
We're technically,
Well, look,
but we're not listed first.
look,
but-
you're not the flagship. All right.
We should be the freaking flagship, man.
Look,
I demand flagship status, Michael Davis.
I don't want to whip it out on the table here and talk
You
about
put that
Facebook
dragon away.
and talk about
What?
Facebook group size. Oh God,
Hey,
Just
it's
because
about
there's more
quality, not quantity.
that's it. Look, I'm making so much money right now off of these.
It's not the size that counts.
I think I have made $1.80 on YouTube this year.
Holy.
Really funny.
You can retire soon. Buy yourself a pop.
No, but speaking of money, we are actually looking at doing a 24-hour event when Fallout comes out to raise money for cystic fibrosis. Because
Okay.
Andrew, who does some shows on there, his child had cystic fibrosis.
Yes.
Yes. Andrew, who was on.
Yes.
Yes. And who was on
Yeah.
Buzzer in My Pants with me, where we.
Yes, I listened to a bit of that.
Yes. It was a good time. Had a good time, I have to say.
That's good.
But yeah.
You're reigning champion there, right? Like, is that still going on?
I can't disclose. There was a new episode this week. I don't want to disclose that in case you haven't listened.
Okay.
I will say all 4 matches were very tight.
That's what she said.
Oh, hey yo.
It was
Callback.
really, really tight.
That's what this show should be called, the callback show.
Yeah. It was tight. Tight.
Awful.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get together a charity thing for November for that. So I'll
That would
let
be
everybody know about
nice.
that. Yeah.
Any way the Chatterbox can help, we'd be more than happy.
Keep me awake. I don't know. We're bandying about ideas right now. I kind of came up with it, and
Are you going to give me the middle of the night time slot again, for Christ's sake?
no, it will be. We'll probably be streaming Fallout 4 the whole time
Oh my God.
since that gets released that week. So it'll be like,
You're just a nerd, you know that.
yeah.
don't
Hey, look, it's for a good cause. I thought it would be a nice way to do something for a good cause.
you? That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's a cool idea. You could do the new YouTube gaming channel.
Yes, that's
thing.
most likely what I will do. Actually, I've used Twitch, but I prefer YouTube. It's just easier. Everything's already there. You're already
I think
logged
we
in.
should try to make you into a YouTube star.
That
What do you
can't
think?
happen. Number 1, I am not British. Number 2, I do not do funny voices, and I am not young enough. That's just kind of the way it goes.
I do funny voices, but I'm old, so I guess it's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
either.
Although speaking of that, my cousin, he was in his like mid-20s, just got out of college a couple years ago. But anyway, where he works, a guy quit his job because he does unboxing videos on YouTube. Unboxing,
What?
not boxing, unboxing. Unboxing toys.
Yes.
Yes, he makes enough money from doing that he quit his job. His job, not like a $10 an hour job.
That's insane.
A reasonable, $50,000-$60,000 a year starting salary kind of job.
Wow.
Quit the job.
I could get 50,000-60,000 a year.
Yeah. He worked for like a I don't know, an insurance company or something like that, healthcare and something like that.
Hitman.
But yeah, man.
Wow.
But no, he quit that to go work for to work for himself on YouTube unboxing toys.
I mean,
That's
God,
wild.
that's great. I mean,
Nice work if he can get it.
Yeah, I
living
mean,
the
hell,
dream. Living
you-
the dream.
if it lasts a year or two, what the hell?
It's so funny because only certain people will understand the joy of unboxing things. I got a set of new photography lights, and when I got home, David unpacked them, and I was horrified.
You should have
And he didn't
YouTubed it.
He didn't understand why. I was horrified. I was like, well, those are my toys. You get to unpack your own toys, but don't touch my toys.
That
Because part of the joy of getting something new is like,
so you messed up. That should have been on YouTube.
No, see,
You could have made money.
I
off
don't
of
know
that.
if there was YouTube back then.
You don't know if there was YouTube back then. Oh
I
god.
might have been in the days before video.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I do need to wrap this up. It is closing in on 10 o'clock,
Okay.
which is my normal
Thank you,
bedtime.
Matt. Thank you very much.
You're
for
very
being with
welcome.
us.
Thank you for
On
having
such
me.
short notice. That was great. Thank you.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We yelled about lots of things. We yelled about Walking Dead. We yelled about the entire justice system of the world.
We didn't. We were good. We were well behaved.
We didn't rip on Avatar.
Nope. Even though we should have probably.
Probably should have. What else did we do?
We monster shit.
A lot of throwbacks.
A lot of throwbacks. We remembered TV. We talked a lot of TV.
We're looking
good
forward to
times.
fall.
Yeah, I'm looking
We're done
forward.
with summer.
Yeah, this heat. Fuck this heat.
Yeah. Cool.
It's I'm getting tired of it.
Fall movie.
I'm so tired of it. I'm going to Florida tomorrow.
Uh-oh. You're doing it wrong.
Is this music as loud as it sounds to me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty loud.
because I can't hear a goddamn thing. Oh, goodbye, everyone.
Later.
Bye.
Oh God. Let me stop the
All right, Michael
broadcast.
David.
Hold on. Let me stop the broadcast.